push him off. He's calling for it. This is it. This is it. Your career's on the line here. Do it. Do it. This place will erupt when he picks him up. He's got him up. Oh, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you. We've got a new heavyweight champion. Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous. I just had an out-of-body experience. What did we just see? What did we just see? He got him in a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You get to see your knee. Knee. Shit.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
What?
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport.
The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport in the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
Trying to run a little scalded dog here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Oh, God, that's enough! Stop it! Man, listen. It's tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Slam! Toe slam! Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Lucifer's lips are the biggest size in the WWE! Somebody's knock this! Somebody's knock him down, man! Enough's enough!
What?
The irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
It's getting real. Woo!
WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, pal.
Let the slaughter begin!
It is now time for
With reality.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Junior, look at this.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
number 1 to be the man, baby. You have to beat the man.
Heavyweight champion of the world. The time is now. Reality has become the present, and the final lesson of the pain game has begun. Have you ever heard a joke like that in your life?
You are gonna wrestle my ass for the world title. You will have to kill me to keep me from killing you. Woo!
The 90s have been referred to as the reckoning with truth. In the 80s, everything was clouded. Nobody ever told the truth. In the 90s, the way to go is flat out. Tell no lies. That's the way we're gonna do it. When you hear something from our lips, truth it may be, and as much as it may hurt, you can count on it being exactly the way that it is.
We want the gold, sucker! Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga!
Muted. What is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor. Hey, we're doing a special watch along to the main event of Backlash. I do see my co-host Venkat in the back. I am not on my regular setup, so if I sound different, that's what it is. So now I don't even have my camera on, and I already see that you guys are piling up in the building. So Venkat, we're gonna have to do that mic check right now. Go connect your mic and let's see. We're gonna have to do it right now because the eyeballs are piling up. And y'all know how we do it with a watch along. We can't really have the audio, but hopefully you guys are watching along with us and just gonna watch us react. It's 20 of you already in the building, so I hope you smash that like button on your way in. Those of you watching on Twitter, let me see if I got anything. Oh, hey, Venkat. Venkat. Oh, maybe he wasn't ready. I don't know. Oh, yeah, he probably wasn't ready. All right. Well, nevertheless, Venkat will be right back on. So we do have Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles going at it right now for the WWE Undisputed title. Again, those of you who new over here, I know we got a lot of eyeballs over here because you guys love these watch-along things. So just make sure and smash the like button in on your way in. Those of you on Twitter watching, hey, subscribe to your boy, the Heel Minister. We got an awesome show, Wrestling with Reality, over here on Wednesdays. Venkat, you need me to add you or what? No, you should be able to add yourself. We got an awesome show called Wrestling with Reality every other Wednesday over here on the channel. So right now, AJ and Cody are just trading chops in the corner. I like the way they went with it on SmackDown. They made AJ Styles seem like he was the senile old guy that people are counting out. I don't know how true that is, but that's the story they want to run with. Let me see his waiting for me to add him. I don't know. Venkat. I guess he can't hear me. Venkat. Yeah, he can't hear me. But this crowd has been on fire all night, man. I didn't even think they were going to be able to keep up this pace like they are, but they have been on fire this entire night. And this is what I'm talking about. When you spend money to go to wrestling and they announce that this is the largest gate WWE gate ever for an arena show. Let's not fix it. Let's not fix it. Venkat. Yeah, you might have to go back to the old way, Venkat. They're saying that this is the largest gate ever for a WWE arena show. So put that in perspective. This is a place that's been the Madison Square Garden. This freaking crowd is going crazy. Look at the camera, man. The hard camera is shaking. The last time I saw the hard camera shake for a WWE show was when Ryback came out to attack CM Punk when Vince McMahon, when he was beating up Vince McMahon. That's the last time I saw a hard cam shake in a WWE event, man. This is crazy. I was getting to a point now where Backlash is almost better than WrestleMania. Like, I mean, you get 5 really good matches. Well, there's one match I'm going to crap on Wednesday. I'm not going to crap on it tonight because this is a watch along. That's not what this is for. But I'm definitely going to crap on one match on Wednesday. But I mean, I thought this show up until that match was really, really great and just punctuated by such a fantastic crowd. Now Cody's holding AJ Styles up. Boom, drops him down, front face lock. Man, Cody is champ. I saw a meme the other day that was so stupid. It says Cody's been champion for 3 weeks and only had like 1 title defense. I mean, that could be the dumbest damn thing I ever seen in my life. Like, come on, man. Come on. Roman Reigns had 30 in 3 years. You know, get a guy a break. The guy just been champion. They're just resetting the rosters. Now he's going to run. I wouldn't be surprised if after this match we get a Brock Lesnar run-in. I really would not be surprised if Brock Lesnar doesn't interfere in this match. You there, Venkat?
Oh, I'm here, Trevor.
Oh yeah. See, now I can hear it. That other way it wasn't working.
You couldn't hear me at all?
No, I heard like something kept trying to come in, but it just was real
Bro.
high.
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's just not working. But yeah, like I was saying, they're saying that this is their largest gate ever, period, for arenas. Again, it's arena. We're not talking about stadium shows or things like that. So the ticket prices must be astronomical. But if you're going to go to a wrestling event, then go have fun, man. This crowd has been on fire the entire friggin' night. I wish I could.
Before they got on.
Yeah, I wish I could understand half the stuff they were saying, but you kind of can make it out. But I mean, this is the type of crowd. Backlash to me, Backlash is starting to be the must see. Look at this. Like for real.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Backlash
is more WrestleMania than WrestleMania.
Yeah, this is the must see show. Like last year's Backlash was, you know what? Before I watched last year's Backlash again, before I started watching this one, just because I wanted to see that crowd again. When you go to wrestling shows, like I go to wrestling shows a lot, it is fun when people around you are enjoying themselves. That's why I love independent shows so much, because people go there and have a great time, man. It's crazy to go to wrestling shows and try to be the elitist and not do anything, just sit on your hands. It's crazy.
This is great. This is what wrestling should be like. This is great.
And you were saying earlier that you wish Cactus Jack and Vader had their match in front of this crowd. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Coach! Can you imagine? Ooh. Can you imagine Sting versus Flair at Clash of the Champions in front of this crowd?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's what I'm saying, man. The crowds can take over a show and make a show so much better, which I thoroughly enjoyed this show with the exception of one match that I am totally going to shit on come Wednesday. Y'all be sure to tune in to Wrestling with Reality this Wednesday at 6:05 p.m. We do a great wrestling show because I know there's a bunch of you guys watching that don't normally tune into the channel. That's fine. Those of you watching over on Twitter, please go ahead and give the Heel Minister a follow and tune into this channel and see what we're doing. But we're going to do the full rundown of the show come Wednesday. There's only one match on this show that I am completely going to shit on, and it is going to hurt my heart. But I am completely going to shit on it because I thought it was awful, and it's going to almost bring this show down a full letter grade for me. So,
yeah, Trevor's going to give out his Sloppy Joe Award.
Yeah, my Sloppy Joe Award. My God, that match was, oh my goodness. Hey, I got to pull my ring footage camera so you can see my wife's reaction to that match, man. Oh my God, she was yelling at Bianca and Jade. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
This is terrible, man. This is, my God, was that match horrible. Like, hey, I'll criticize. If it's bad, I'm going to criticize it. And that was bad.
They did a good move, though, of that little double team. That was great. I like that a lot.
Yeah, but the other 50 that they did that was terrible didn't make up for it.
When I was looking, I was like, okay, well, that's just a one-off. Then something else weird would happen again, and okay, maybe that's a two-off, and then like, okay.
Because I even said on 5 count, last night that Jade has to learn how to hit that pump kick. That's her move, and she cannot hit it. She cannot hit the kick. I mean, that is your move. You got to be able to hit that kick. If you can't do anything, and she was, God, I don't want to get into this before Wednesday, especially without MD being here. And you gotta be able. She was exposed tonight, so I'll admit it. As much as I love her, as much as her look is fantastic, and I know she's eventually going to be good, she was exposed because in AEW they fed her a bunch of bums that the matches only went like 2 minutes. Shout out to Jose Lopez. Yeah, Camacho joins the butt. Yeah. Hey, man, I thought it was going to be Jacob Fatu, but they got Camacho. Well, Camacho, don't worry. I got the old picture of Camacho. You tune in Wednesday when we go over this show. I got all those pictures to bring up because I couldn't believe that's who that was. The guy that used to ride the bicycle with the Mexican gimmick to the ring. Oh my goodness, Vince McMahon is terrible. I swear.
Yeah, I mean, Cody and AJ doing their thing as expected.
You know,
Yeah.
this is going to be a guaranteed good match regardless because of these two. So, and then
So
to have a crowd, a backdrop like this to support a match that you know is going to deliver.
so what do you think about AJ throwing in the wrinkle that just because he's older, people don't think that he has it anymore? Which, I mean, I know he's just making that up because we still think he's great, but he's
It's
adding that.
logical. It's a
He's
logical.
adding that in. Yeah, he's like, when I heard him say that last night, I'm like, oh, okay, because he was saying how, oh, Cody, everybody's behind Cody, everybody wants Cody to succeed. Cody had all these legends come help him at WrestleMania. And he was saying, I never had a chance to leave the company because WWE didn't want me. And when they got me, they had me losing. Like, I thought that was fantastic, man. That was, hey,
when they speaking their truth,
yeah,
that's always going to work.
they've been taking so many shots at Vince McMahon. I love it, man. They've been killing his ass.
That's right.
Man, that guy just screwed. When I look at all the things that, like, just the little things that Triple H has done, there's signs in the crowd that's saying, like, thank you, Triple H. That's ridiculous. Like, it's crazy.
Yep.
Thank you for giving us wrestling. Like, just give us wrestling. We want wrestling. That's what we do. We watch wrestling. We're wrestling fans.
And, you know, so all those years, you think back to those weird skits.
Ugh.
You know, you got like old ladies birthing kids or dolls or whatever, and you got all these weird in the window sexual situations, and you know that was in his wheelhouse, and that's what he wanted. He didn't care what wrestling fans wanted. You know, he was like, "Hey, I'm at the biggest company. I do what I want," and he would have WWE be lesser than at the expense of the fans. Like you said, people wanted to just see wrestling. Yeah, entertainment and whatnot. It brings eyeballs there, but just like Gordon Soley always said, on the marquee it says wrestling. You can never get around that. All the shenanigans, all the celebrity stuff, all the little things that you use to be viral, that's just to get the eyeballs there. But once they're there, they need to be able to stay and see wrestling.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, Cody's gonna be all right as champion. Like I'm not worried. Oof, God, I hate when he does that move, man. I always feel for the other wrestler. AJ Styles is absolutely phenomenal, and I can't believe the shape that he's in is utterly ridiculous. Yeah, and I didn't even know this until he brought it up last Friday, or was it last night? He said that I beat your dad like for the NWA title. What? When the hell did that happen?
I mean, in TNA, a bunch of stuff.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of stuff. But I mean, anything could happen in TNA. I mean, anything. So I wouldn't surprise me because Dusty was in there for a little bit. I didn't know he had the title.
Yeah, but think about that. I beat your son. I beat your dad. Me and Cody and AJ never wrestled, which is shocking as hell. Yeah, everybody wrestled everybody, and now his whole vendetta is I'm going to beat you now because you can't carry. You won the title. You finished your story, but you can't. The weight of the title is too heavy for you. It's easy stuff. Literally, you could just an easy storyline. Cody could go in every match where everybody's just saying, hey, you shot your whole wad trying to beat Roman for 2 years.
Yep.
Now you can't keep on to your title. Bomb.
I love it.
There you go.
I want more of it.
Oh!
Those are dangerous ass moves that AJ is pulling off today.
I hate that. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Don't like it, man. These guys
AJ don't give a frick. He is doing what he wants to do.
I mean, I know they're professionals and they know how to fall according to Jim Ross, but man, look at that rotation. Ugh, perfect rotation at the end. But this crowd, man, last night I think this would be the first and only time. Look at them. Like this would be the first and only time that I ever put the crowd as my number one takeaway from a show. The crowd was too awesome, man. It was crazy.
I'm going forward. Backlash is the must-see event every year.
I agree because last year's Backlash was the best, and we were always.
You didn't think that anything could be better than that Puerto Rico show. I mean, like, goodness gracious.
And we were saying how we were saying like, damn, no, nothing could top that. Like, how is this Backlash going to be? But these European crowds, man, they off the chain, man. Something about these, because they're soccer crowds and they just love to chant. But what I like about them, they aren't like doing bullshit chants where it's trying to take away from what they're doing. You could really tell that they're into what they're watching.
Yeah, you see CM Punk talking about he likes the earlier shows like this when they go international, because then the show isn't at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, who you telling? I got a UFC show to watch tonight, so that's perfect. That's perfect. That UFC show going to be over probably 1 o'clock.
That's great. I can't. I don't have that dedication, man.
Yeah, I mean, I only watch it because Zay and Bones. They always say I never watch the shows, but I try to stay up for them. But I fall asleep a lot of times. The cards are too long. The cards start at like 5, and then they just go to like 1 in the morning. That's just too much.
That's crazy.
Jose saying that card is trash. Jose, if you listen to our MMA show last night, I think they sold it for me. They sold it for me. They said on paper it's a trash looking card, but after they got through breaking it down, I'm like, all right, I can mess with it. It's gonna be some bangers. And plus, I just want to see Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo is that dude. So now both guys are trading blows here. So so my point in this match was always because people were saying, oh man, LA Knight, because I was against LA Knight beating AJ Styles and then losing for a number 1 contender match. But my whole point of that is you can't have LA Knight go against Cody because LA Knight is going to lose again. And plus, you can't split the crowd like that. If you have 2 over babyface guys, it's just going to split the crowd. Plus, you're going to get a better match with Cody AJ. I mean, at this point, AEW is putting on like 10-star matches. You can't go in there half-stepping, putting on bull crap.
Yeah.
Like you got to go in there and put on a match. What do you think about Jey Uso and Damian Priest? So it got good for me at the end. I liked it.
It was good. I like the fact that he got that, and it was like surprising how Damian Priest at the end was telling the Judgment Day to back off.
Yeah,
like that was surprising. So I think he has some kind of respect for Jey Uso. So that was interesting to see that.
I think they're going to turn him soon. They're going to turn him.
Gotta be, and I think that's going to be at his detriment. I think the bloodline. I keep saying blood. The Judgment Day will probably be the reason why he's going to lose it. And I think intentionally.
After he turns on him.
Yeah, I think they're going to do something to him to make him lose that title. And then there's going to be a feud with him versus Judgment Day members, which kind of makes sense.
I'm just trying to see how the hell what path we're going to take to get that belt on Gunther, because I thought for sure that Gunther was going to SmackDown to feud against Cody at Bash at Berlin. So when they kept him on Raw, I was like, what?
Because they're probably not ready yet. That's probably a down the road WrestleMania type scenario.
They were talking about that for being the main event for WrestleMania this year.
Yeah,
but then the whole everything happened with The Rock and everything.
See, The Rock should have been here, man. The Rock should have been at this event. I could just imagine how this crowd would act if The Rock came up.
He's not going to tombstone him.
Oh, the tombstone.
Can you imagine The Rock being here? Jeez, could they get any louder?
Yeah, The Rock really should have been here.
Yeah, these two guys. Hey, listen, you're not getting much flips here. You ain't getting a bunch of flips here. You're just getting 2 guys that really know how to wrestle. Like, that's it.
But I will say, though, that the crowd is even hotter here than last year, which is unbelievable.
That's what I was saying at the beginning. There's no way they could keep this up, but they can.
And they're still doing it. But I think that last year's card, the actual performances of matches last year were better than this year. This isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but I think last year we saw a lot more from the in-ring point of view than we do now.
You had Cody and Brock on that one,
right? They were just better overall matches, and performances overall in last year's than we saw this year.
I could see Brock coming back here. Like I could see this being the spot where Brock makes his return because he has this. You got the story: Brock versus Cody last year at Backlash. Now Brock's coming back.
He should come back. He didn't do it.
Yeah.
He didn't even do anything. He didn't get a chance to do anything.
He didn't do anything. I agree. But you know they took him off of everything, but then they put him back. So he is coming back. That's what I mean. Triple H even said it at the thing. He was like, Brock's doing Brock. He's at home right now. But the fact that they mentioned, the burning hammer. Oh, I thought you couldn't do that in WWE. Now
AJ is not holding back.
Hey, Cody gonna Will Ospreay? You gonna no sell everything? And motherfucker, he just hit you with a burning hammer.
No, that's a Hulkamania, brother. This guy is hulking up. He's doing it.
Nice Cody Cutter, man. He always hit that thing perfect, man. He always hit. I can't wait till Wednesday to talk about that women's title match, man. The blunder with the who was the legal person, the whole cluster at the end with where Jade hitting Storm Zero, and you thinking Jade is the legal person because she's going for the pin, then for Bianca to hit the KOD, and I'm like, come on, man, the referee got to get it under control. He's telling Kyrie she's not the legal person, but then he lets her wrestle for 2 more minutes. Jesus! I'm gonna kill that.
The lapse in logic sometimes.
I'm gonna kill that match. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I've been the one, boy, because I love Melanin Magic, but my goodness, was that terrible. That, you know what? I might put that on my. I am gonna do that. I'm gonna have to make a worst match of the year holder.
Yeah,
I got to be consistent. Like, that wasn't good, man, and it's literally going to bring this card down a whole letter grade for me. It is.
Wow.
It is. It wasn't good. It wasn't. And I'm upset about it. It wasn't good. It was terrible.
Well, it took me aback. I didn't expect it to be like that. I thought it would be more straightforward. It didn't have to be as it seemed like it was difficult. Like, a lot of miscommunication. It looked like Jade was looking like she was waiting for a hit to happen at a certain time, but the other person was not moving. I mean, it was just weird.
Bianca's timing was off.
Well, she's always off. She's always off, but more so now.
It's that bad, man. Like, man,
it's contagious. Jade's nonsense is contagious, so it's really gonna fuel her now. But it's crazy, man. That was a real surprising thing. I thought that they would just have a decent match and let's go home with the belt, But that's not what happened. Like you said, she was exposed. Yeah, and I don't think those ladies on the other side, the Kabuki Warriors, I don't think that they were trying to expose her like Steven Regal did with Goldberg. I don't think that was what was trying. I don't think they tried to do it. She just got exposed.
Oh, he's doing a Kimura lock. If that's not a call for Brock Lesnar, what is? Yeah, if they were in there against Chelsea and Piper, that somebody would have ended up getting hurt in that match. The Kabuki Warriors saved that match.
Yeah,
they made it watchable. Like it literally because and I get what you be saying. So Kairi Sane is the size of my daughter.
Yeah.
Going up. So imagine my daughter trying to fight me, which is Kairi trying to fight Bianca and trying to fight Jade. And Kairi was laying that shit in, man. When she was doing those back fists, she hit Jade a couple of times, like to where Jade was loopy. Then there was one time Jade went to pick her up and she just fell. I'm like, man, come on, you got to be able to have a match longer than 10 minutes. You in the WWE. They don't.
I was surprised how long. There was one moment where she was in the match, she was a legal person for a while, and I was like, "Wow, they're letting her go."
My wife was sitting there. She was like, I didn't expect this match to go so long. Because you can't do that to Asuka. You can't just. You can't just squash Asuka like that.
Yeah.
2. Yeah, get out
Uh-oh,
of
here
here.
we go. 1, 2. Oh.
So but you know what was funny? Oh, I love that springboard. Oh God! Cody, you
That,
almost.
he almost broke this guy's neck, man.
Oh, Cody, you got to be careful with that one.
He almost broke. I know he got a lot of muscles on his neck, but damn.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he put a little too much springboard into that one.
He put some extra stank on that one. My
Jesus,
goodness.
Crossroads. So we're going back to where 1 Crossroads could finish you. 3, that's it. 1, 2, 3, that's it.
Damn it.
That's it.
Damn it.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You didn't think AJ was going to win, did you?
I like AJ Styles, man. Sue me. I like AJ Styles, man.
AJ will get one more crack. They're both because they're both on SmackDown, so he'll get another crack. But
AJ Styles keep giving people great matches, man.
Because man is fantastic.
He's got to get a reward at some point because he is doing great match after great match. So I don't know, but it's good though. I like this feud. This feud makes sense to me. I don't think you need to be like, I hate you. That's the only reason we wrestle. We like competitive feuds.
It's just about who's better. Like,
right.
Because now AJ's gonna go on Raw. SmackDown. He's gonna cry and say, "Oh, man, you almost got me," or you something happened, and then Cody will give him a rematch. I could take one more. Off of this. Well, let's see. Is Brock Lesnar coming? Is somebody coming out to interfere? I mean, damn, can the crowd take anything else? Because I don't trust WWE. I'll gotta wait until they completely go off of. Look how he over-rotate.
You mean you got to make sure they're completely off that. But even with that, you could turn on Raw and be like, "Oh, after we went off the air, here's some exclusive footage of what happened in the back."
Yeah.
So it's no telling what could happen.
So now what he has to do though, he has to reestablish that Crossroads to be a one and done finisher because it took him 3 times to hit it on Roman to win. So now if you beating the AJ Styles with it with 1 time, then you gotta reestablish. I don't have no problem with this match. This is this was a good wrestling match. Everything don't have to be flippy and floppy, but
you don't need to do NBA Jam level moves. Yeah. And I think wrestling has gotten to that point where unless you beat somebody with some astronomical move out of the rafters, that's the only way you can lose. Like, that's why I like what happened with Bayley. It was just a quick reverse. She held both legs, pin. Like, that's
a good match.
Yeah.
That was a good match.
Like, it don't have to be these cartoony endings all the time.
I'm telling you, man, Tiffany Stratton, man. They went off the air with no shenanigans. Yeah, Bayley. Yeah, that was a good match. Tiffany's going to eventually beat her, but I know they weren't going to beat Bayley right away. So, did you see the competitors for the King of the Ring? Yeah, and the eyeballs just keep on going up, man. Y'all make sure and hit that like button. Apparently, we're going to have to do more main event watch-alongs, but damn, I'd rather them be like this, man. 3:00 show. Look at this. Now this look at that. Show's over at 4. Now I could go do something with the family. I mean, that's perfect. That's perfect. Did you see the King of the Ring just Monday? Oh my God, Monday's card is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, my thing with this, well, they don't even call it King and Queen of the Ring. That's
because they're doing 2 tournaments.
What they should do is rebrand it or rename it something. Like something like War of Thrones, Game of Thrones. It's like some kind of throne, something that is in a line of royalty. Give it that name and then put underneath featuring the King and Queen of the Ring. But the name of the event should not be King and Queen of the Ring. That just sounds silly. That it should just be featured the King and the Queen tournament. And it really doesn't even feature it because the tournament's happening on SmackDown and Raw. And they're just giving you the finals.
The finals.
So why are we calling it the King and Queen of the Ring when it's only 2 matches that's going to be on there? That doesn't make sense.
I don't like when they did that, when they switched that, because Vince didn't like tournaments. So Vince, because you remember King of the Ring used to be its own show.
Right.
where they
And the
do
whole event
tournament.
was the King of the Ring tournament.
And I
But
think
we're
that's
not
great.
getting that.
That's great. Where you have a Bret Hart going through 3 matches and he's hurt, and that's
Yeah,
what
there's so
you
much
want.
drama you can make out of that. So
You
much.
got Macho Man winning the WWF title, actually having to wrestle 3 guys while everybody else just got pushed to the finals. That's where you tell your story. You got these guys wrestling over a 3-week period, and then the finals are in Saudi Arabia. I don't like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the idea of the King of the Ring per se in Saudi Arabia with royalty and stuff like that. Crown Jewel, just make that Crown Jewel featuring the King and Queen of the Ring.
I forgot
Do that.
I didn't realize that. The
Yeah,
Saudi
that would
Arabia
make more sense. That makes it writes itself. You just got to put it together. It's like, I remember when I called in on WCW when they were on the internet. They have an internet show on WCW. I called it in and I'm like, okay, you got this show called WCW Mayhem. Then why don't you have it in May? And everybody started laughing and like, I guess that makes sense. Like, come on, man. It's right there. It's in March. You could have had it in May.
Wait a minute, you used to call the WCW hotline?
Yeah, there was a WCW back in like 2000. Jeremy Borash, who used to be in TNA.
Yeah.
He was the host of it, and it would be online, and you could call in. It's not, it doesn't cost anything. You just call in, and I recorded, but I lost the audio, and I had suggested to them that. And then we were talking about the history of WCW, and one guy had said Clash of the Champions main event, or one of the Clash of Champions he was like, it's this guy and this guy. I'm like, no, that's not what it was. It was this, and this, and the guy in the background said, yeah, I think he's right. But yeah, it's just funny how like the things are there, you have it, but they just don't get it. It's there.
It was just like my breakdown with the draft, because again, while we got all these eyeballs in the building, I wanted to let you guys know we do a wrestling show every other Wednesday called Wrestling with Reality. Just don't worry, it is the best. We'll be reviewing the Backlash show this Wednesday. Then 2 weeks later, episode 50, we'll be doing This Is Sting Part 2, the entire his post WCW run of his career. We already did Part 1, but it's funny. So on 5 Count, I did the draft, and I was voicing my concern about it, of how I don't like it, because again, everybody thinks that I won't criticize WWE. I will criticize WWE, but I do it in a way like, I'm gonna show you what you should have done. So here's the thing: they only did the draft because the NFL draft was going on, and I get
which is lame. That's lame.
But I get it though. You want to try to catch the vapors off of it. But here's the thing: when I broke down the rounds of everybody that went, how is Drew McIntyre, the hottest heel in the company? He just re-signed, by the way. Seth Rollins re-signed, so that's good. How's the hottest heel in the company going in the 4th round on the 2nd day? How is Gunther not being taken as the number 1 pick? I'm okay with them taking Bianca first. I'm okay with it. I know why they did that. That's for aesthetics. But I'm just saying, how can you take CM Punk in the 2nd round, who hasn't wrestled but one time, and he's going to be out until
one and done?
There's logic to this. What they should do is get rid of the draft concept and make it more like a free agency. So now I agree with that. I do applaud them for saying, hey, the draft isn't about just getting new players, it's about keeping your old players. So I'm glad that they did that. But they still don't get a pass in that, because you can't tell me that Jey Uso is the number 1 pick on Raw. You can't do it. Not when
especially after that match he had at WrestleMania, which everybody universally agreed it was horrible. Even Jey Uso himself, I saw it as an interview. He was talking about how bad it was.
And not when you got Gunther on the same damn roster.
Yeah, that's silly. The logic is just crazy.
What
this guy record-breaking run? And
yeah, exactly. What sense does that make? The greatest Intercontinental Champ of all time, you don't take him to the 2nd day.
But I'll do it further than that, Trevor. I agree. I 100% agree with what you're saying. It should be based on free agency, and that would make a lot more sense and would be a lot more a lot more exciting. But take it even further. The draft makes no sense doing already established big name talent that's already made it to the
Yes.
big roster. Stop it and just make the draft NXT to the
Yes.
big stage. That's what the
Yes.
draft is. So there should be NXT and then there are other like little areas that you don't even see or whatnot, like, it used to be OVW, whatever. Just draft people from out of those obscured areas onto the big stage. So maybe you have 5 picks a year on each brand. And that's okay.
And that's all you need, because
That's it.
They picked Carmelo Hayes as the #1 pick on SmackDown, which was fantastic because him and Cody tore the house down, and now it looks like Carmelo and Bobby Lashley are going to be mixing it up soon. So I get that. That's perfect what you said, because here's my problem. So they're doing this draft, and then they got the War Room showing NXT. So nobody else cares to show up to the draft, to the main roster, but they have the NXT guys all sitting in the thing waiting to be drafted, kind of like how they do in the NFL draft. And you see the emotion of them getting picked. That's fine. But you can't tell me that a Kiana James gets picked over Ilya Dragunov, who was just your champion, the same guy that beat Gunther for the UK title. Oh, and speaking of NXT, this was my biggest problem, and I know they heard me because they corrected it on NXT the following week. You can't tell me that you're drafting NXT talent and you don't draft Roxanne Perez and Trick Williams, your 2 champions. What GM in their right mind wouldn't do that? So you know how they remedy that? Roxanne Perez was like, hey, I'm pissed off. I'm your champion, and I didn't get drafted. And then Ava was like, oh, yeah, because the champions, you champions are protected. Oh, well, why didn't you tell me that from the beginning? So I wouldn't have been sitting there like an idiot.
Because they didn't have Trevor say it first. That's
I'm like, why would you have me sitting through 2 days of the draft like, hey, why aren't you picking Trick Williams? Who you know is over in front of a main roster crowd? Why aren't you picking Roxanne Perez? Oh, by the way, who you just had show up the Raw after WrestleMania? Like, why aren't you doing that? And that was my problem. So I think, and then here's the biggest problem. We all saw about a month ago, SmackDown signed a contract with Braun Breaker. So now they're going to tell me that contracts don't matter because Braun Breaker just signed the contract a month ago to be exclusive to SmackDown. How the hell did he get drafted to Raw? They should show a dispute in the back like, hey, we got to buy your contract out. Or, hey, we got to just make it sports-like. Everything they're doing now is more sports feel. So make that sports feel like, hey, no, you signed this guy to a contract. We got to buy his contract out. They do it in the music industry all the time. You got to buy his contract out. You can't draft him and think that's it. You could, because I'd be like, hey, what about the initial money that I put in? That's why when I'm watching stuff, I just wanted to make sense. If it makes sense to me, then I'll watch it. Like I'm good. I can watch it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But it's a hell of a missed opportunity on so many fronts, man.
Yeah, the draft. I was watching it because I was looking forward to it because I'm like, man, how are they going to shake up the rosters? But they didn't shake the rosters up at all. So your idea would have been better. Just use the NXT talent that you're not using and call them up. Because NXT is your farm system anyway. So those guys should be coming up. They shouldn't be there the whole time.
How funny would it be? You got a guy that's been in WWE 25, 30 years. Like, oh, man, I'm going to get drafted. Like, come on, man. The draft is for young people coming in. Yeah. It's not for a bruised, battered veteran. He already is established in life. He shouldn't be drafted.
They drafted Sheamus. No, this was the head scratcher. They drafted Braun Strowman on the second day with the second pick. Braun Strowman was out an exact calendar year with a neck injury. And you mean to tell me that he was worthy of a second pick?
Yeah.
Like when I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, this makes no sense. I'm like, bro, the logic is terrible. You got to be logical, man. You can't, because we're going to watch wrestling regardless. It is our cross to bear in life. We're going to watch it no matter what. But just make sense about it. Don't insult us while watching it. Just make some sense about it. That's it. Just make some sense. And that's the only thing I can say about that, man. That's it. So
they got Jade and Bianca on the press conference.
Yeah. I mean, somebody should be like, "Hey, Jade, you botched a lot tonight, baby. What's going on?"
Oh my goodness! What if that happened? That person would be banned for life.
Yeah, nah, they wouldn't do that, man. They wouldn't do that. Yeah, Jade. And so, but again, they're doing everything that I said they should do to this team. Make them be the tag champions, and then eventually they'll build the animosity. But what I'm telling you is Bianca is going to be the one that turns heel because they're putting all this spotlight on Jade. And she's going to be like, well, hell, I'm the one that main evented WrestleMania. I'm the one who did this. And now you guys are giving all my shine to her. And we'll finally get the EST Bianca that we've been crying for the past 2 years. I just think it writes itself. But I'm glad that they won the titles because at least it'll put some shine on the titles. Because the Kabuki Warriors, as great as they are, they didn't make the titles anything. These two actually make the titles because they're actually on TV all the time. So, I mean, it is what it is. This is James Robinson.
Oh, this will be essentially the Mega Powers is going to explode, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if Jade doesn't hurt somebody first, oh my goodness. Because I was so happy when I saw Nia Jax get drafted to SmackDown because I'm like, damn, Nia Jax and Jade could finally hook up with one another. But I'm afraid now. Because Nia don't give a damn, and Jade is reckless. So, oh my goodness, that'll be a big beefy son of a bitch match, though.
So, how you feel about this bloodline stuff?
We'll wait till Wednesday because you know I love it. I know you don't like it. We'll wait till Wednesday on that. I don't want to give up the show for Wednesday. We'll wait till Wednesday because I know you're gonna crap on it, but I'm gonna gush over it. So. Just because I'm telling you, I see where this is going a mile away. The only thing they threw me off with was getting what's his name, Taloa Tonga, getting the brother instead of Jacob Fatu, which just to me means either Jacob is coming later because I know he's signed, or Roman Reigns is gonna all right, MD, or Roman Reigns is gonna be the one to recruit Jacob, but we are absolutely getting a civil war here. And somebody mentioned earlier do you think there's a possibility that Rock would actually work War Games? At this point, he have to, right?
Hell yeah.
Because I know he's saying he's coming back for Cody, but at this point, I would just let Cody wrestle everybody on the roster and just have great matches and make this,
This is NWO. This is NWO black and white versus red and black.
Yeah, just make this totally separate from Cody. Leave Cody out of this. Cody can wrestle everybody. Sheamus is back. Cody and Randy Orton still have to have their match. Cody and KO. Cody can wrestle everybody on the roster. He don't need to be involved in none of this. I know The Rock said he was coming back for him, but he doesn't need to do it. Just keep him far away from him and deal with this bloodline stuff. I think the blood. Again, we'll touch on it Wednesday, especially because I want MD's input on it. So, yeah, we'll deal with it Wednesday. We'll deal with it Wednesday. So, it's over 40 of y'all watching live right now. Again, because I know it's a watch along, but I implore you to tune in to Wrestling with Reality. I don't lie when I say that Wrestling with Reality is the best show on YouTube. I'm not saying it just because it's ours. It is. It just is. Nobody's putting forth that type of knowledge. Nobody. It's just like Tape-Fist Politics. Nobody's doing that. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody's doing that. So tune into the Straight Talk Society. Check out those shows. Get your fill. Get you some education from wrestling fans. I almost got 40 years, and I got 38 years watching wrestling. So I think I'm pretty astute with my opinions on what I'm watching. I know my co-host Venkat is more of so I would be the protagonist. That's the good guy, right? Even though I'm the heel minister. And he's the bad guy. So he's gonna always crap on it, and it's my job to defend it. And then our other co-host MD is just there to just throw in the one-liners. because he's France. Hey, speaking of France, the show is in France. He's France. He don't really get into the big disagreements. But again, he's another wrestling fan. Been watching it for a long time, so we throw in our stuff. MD is more of the TNA regime, so definitely
he's like Mike Tenay.
Yeah. Mike Tenay. Yeah. So
I'm the
definitely
Bobby Heaton.
so definitely y'all tune in for that Sting show because man, his Sting's TNA run is. I'm still working on that. How long it was? It's ridiculous how long his TNA run was.
That Joker Sting.
So there's a lot to get into that Sting. I mean, he wrestled for a defunct company that I can't find anything on. There's a lot. So, we put in a lot of time onto that show. So that'll be in 2 weeks. But this Wednesday, we are going to review this Backlash show completely. It was only 5 matches. I thought it was a good. I was going to say great, but the women's tag team match took a complete letter grade off of it for me. So it's only good, but we will go over it this
the
Wednesday.
Sloppy Joe match.
Yeah, we got to do a Sloppy Joe sound or something. Get some Sloppy Joe pictures. That match was terrible, man. Oh, my goodness. And in the back of my mind, I was like, please don't be bad. Please don't be bad because I'm going to have to hear Venkat mouth. Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad.
I didn't want it to be bad. I thought
it. I'm like, this shit is bad, man. This shit is terrible. Bro, this match is terrible.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. It did catch me off guard on that one.
Man, because after the women's triple threat, I'm like, okay, the women came to play. The women came to play tonight. We're not going to be able to talk about the women crapping the bed. But man, then this one came on. I'm like, oh, jeez. Once that intro was over, then what Bruce Pritchard said, then the bell rang. Man.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez, that match was terrible, man. God, that match was bad, man. That match was bad.
So what was worse, that match or the Usos match at WrestleMania?
Oh, this match by far.
That's how bad it is because you really hated that.
The Usos match was just so damn boring.
Well, that's the worst offense if it's boring.
Nah, but this was just bad. So there was a spot where I'm like, oh my God, Kairi Sane is completely killed. Like we were sitting here watching this and we're like, God, please don't hurt Kairi. Just don't hurt Kairi. Like Kairi just came back. Please don't hurt her. Because they were just throwing her all over and Jade
they were roughhousing.
Jade did the press slam and almost dropped her. And I'm like, come on, man. They missed the pump kick. And I thought Jade blew her knee out when she went for another pump kick. And she just fell. I'm like, you got to hit that damn pump kick. That's your move. The best thing, like you said, was that double team move where they did and her transition into the Storm Zero. Yeah, that was good. That transition was really good, but they need to keep her down in the PC, man, for real. I mean, they need to keep her.
Montez Ford part of the one that was behind that movement.
She needs to work with Natalya. Like they need to put her and Natalya, tie them to the hip because that's the only way. Like for all the star power she is, and she has it. She has the star power. Like I said, my wife and daughter love her. There's, I got to pull my ring camera footage now so I can show you how crazy they were going. But that could only take you so far. Like you got to be able to have a coherent. Imagine when Charlotte comes back. She's going to have to wrestle Charlotte.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, no, it won't be great because Charlotte's the only one up to par.
but you got. Well, yeah, Charlotte will make it. Yeah, Charlotte will make that match great. And you know what? Charlotte will do the Bret Hart and Tom McGee thing, where Vince McMahon thought Tom McGee was so great because he had a match with Bret Hart.
Yeah.
So you want to keep her and Charlotte away. But yeah, she has to learn to get better, man. She has to. Like I didn't know that she was that limited because they only had her like in these 5-minute max matches. She didn't have no long match. When you come to WWE, you gotta work the longer match. You have to. You can't. Hell, even towards Goldberg's career, towards the end, he started having longer matches.
Yep.
That squash match is good at the beginning, but after a while, we just like, okay, what else? Can you tell a story in the ring? Can you carry a match? Can you main event a show?
So this is the question then. So do you think that Jade has a DDP Goldberg Halloween Havoc 98 type match in her future coming?
Hell no, you're crazy. That match was great.
I mean, you didn't even meditate a little bit or
that match was
marinate?
great. Okay,
Huh?
if that match was great. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is she gonna have any kind of classic legendary matches in her career at all?
If she has it with Charlotte, she has to have it with Charlotte.
So we'll see.
So they got but they gone to Raw because they got Laya Valkyria now. So they got some good women coming up. But they gotta get her some. She has to have some reps. Like when I watch her, she relies so much on her presence that it's like, because with AEW, it was all presence. It's like, okay, you don't have to do much. You just come in here, power move, power move, power move. We're gonna bump off of you. You're gonna hit us with the Storm Zero, and it's 1, 2, 3.
So that there's got to be the plan to make them tag team champions and be a tag team, because it keeps pressure off of Jade having to perform. So you split the time between her and Bianca.
Exactly.
So now the idea was she wouldn't be exposed, but very first match she wins the title.
she got exposed.
Oh Lord!
And she was winded as hell, man. Like I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, she's blown up. I'm like, she blew up. She legit.
For somebody, there's a difference between being in shape and being in wrestling shape.
Yeah, muscles don't mean nothing in wrestling. Like you see, look at Vader, man. Vader wasn't no muscle bound guy, but Vader could work look at Ric Flair. Those dudes could work an hour every night.
Yeah.
Man, I'm joking.
Look at Dusty. Dusty.
Dusty. Man, she was completely blown up. Like I'm watching that, I'm like, oh my goodness. She's literally down there huffing and puffing.
Wow.
It was because she's so much presence and aura that the bell had to ring. And it was like, man, once we got past the entrance and all that, they're like, hey, and then that damn bell had to ring. So, but I think Triple H is going to protect the hell out of her. He is, and he'll keep her down in Orlando. She's from Florida, so he'll keep her down in Orlando as much as he has to, because she's from Vero Beach. So yeah, he'll have her at that performance center, and she'll get better. Like that's why you have people like Natalya on the roster. Like Natalya goes to NXT to work with those young girls over there, and the NXT women are like really good. So So I don't see why she can't get better. But right now, absolutely not. When you ask, is there a DDP Goldberg match? That match was great. Like what the hell? That was a good ass match. Yeah, nah, that ain't happening. Not right now. Not right now. But all right, I got it. I'm about to get out of here though, because I gotta take the family out. Thank you, WWE, for giving me 4 out of 5 good matches. I thought you were gonna get hey, you know what? I'll give you a mulligan though, because those 2 tag matches on SmackDown last night were great. So I'll give you that. But yeah, no, that didn't do it. And well, okay, I won't complain because they stretched 5 matches into 3 hours. So yeah, I won't complain because you actually gave the matches time, so you didn't really have no.
Yeah, they got time to breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Because I was about to say, man, they could have added another match there, but no.
5 is great. That's the number.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. Especially for a show like this. But but so far to me, I don't know, man. Because to me, night 2 of WrestleMania, I'm gonna say AEW Dynasty is my pay-per-view of the year so far. But WrestleMania night 2 was really close. But I had to go back and think about WrestleMania night 2 versus this. This would have been a runaway favorite of mine, but that match just completely brought it down. Completely. You can't do that. If you just can't, you can't. And I blame Bianca too, because she looked terrible.
Yeah, she had some moments as well.
Man. And then too, we'll get into it Wednesday, because I don't want to turn this into the review show.
But as long as there's no Dominic Mysterio, we good.
Yeah, but she was wrestling Dominic Mysterio-esque in there. Even I gauge what's going on by what my wife and daughter's reactions. And my wife was looking, she was like, Bianca, you're getting me pissed off. You're literally standing there waiting, and you're not hiding it at all.
Not at all.
She's like, you're not hiding it at all. At least make it seem like you're in peril or something. Do something. Like she just had an off. Now, I don't know what it was because she's not like that. She was really off today. Really, really off.
Wow.
And that sucks, man, because they won the titles and I wanted to be happy about it. I wanted to be 100% happy about this show. I can't be though, because I'll be glowing about everything else, but I can't be about this. It wasn't good. It wasn't. and that's how it is. So yeah, like if you ain't got MD saying I'm gonna have to watch the replay tomorrow. So if you got anything else, Van Cat, I'm about to get out of here.
No, that was it, man. That was it. We'll pick it up on Wednesday, but you know it's not as good as last year's Backlash, but it's still good. Still thumbs up.
I gotta go back. Like I said, I watched the Rhea Ripley and the Rhea Ripley, Zelina, and Bad Bunny and Damian Priest before I started watching this one. So
those were all good. Those were all good.
And for freaking crowds on those.
And then you had Brock Lesnar.
And Cody.
Yeah, there was enough in there that was really good.
And I think it had more than 5 matches. If I'm not mistaken. It was more than 5. I got to go back and look at the card though. But I gotta I'll look at it and I'll see from there. But I thought this was a good show. Again, I'm not a fan of the the women's tag match, but hell, if they would have replaced that women's tag match with the SmackDown
Sami Zayn or something like that.
Yeah, Sami wasn't on the card.
Put Sami Zayn out there.
Give me Sami and Bronson Reed. Give me Sami versus Bronson versus Chad Gable. That would have stole the show. But,
that would have been it right there.
But even if they didn't do that, if you were gonna put a tag match on here, then it should have been the tag match from last night, the Street Profits against A-Town Down Under. That was a fantastic match.
Yeah.
The Authors of Pain versus New Catch Republic was great. Any one of those 2 matches could have replaced this one, and I would have gave this show like top marks. But I can't. So unfortunately, it wasn't. So anyway, y'all tune in Wednesday, man. We'll be back Wednesday at 6:05 p.m. Eastern for the Backlash 2024 review show, where we go over the entire show and whatever else important happened in the world of wrestling that we could squeeze in that 2-hour time frame. And we'll be at full power, Venkat, MD, and myself. So for producer extraordinaire, Venkat, and for me, we'll see you on the other side. Hey, to y'all guys over there watching on Twitter, I appreciate it, man. Make sure and follow the Heel Minister and subscribe to the Straight Talk with Trevor YouTube channel. We do this on a bi-weekly basis. Until next time, everybody. Peace. I can't find the closing video. What's wrong with me?
And the bitch.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep